Time now for some sports news. Well, former Super Eagles coach Clemens Westerhoff has advised that discipline and teamwork should be in good use when they kick off their World Cup campaign. Mr. Westerhoff led Nigeria to the knockout phase of the 1994 World Cup, and he believes that coach Stephen Keshi has the quality of a coach that can surpass that record. The 74-year-old Dutchman says there's no way Iran and Bosnia can stop Nigeria from qualifying from Group F, along with favourites Argentina.
This time, on this moment, is the time that Nigeria can do it. But if they are not one family, if they are not disciplined, and you know you are a king in discipline, I am a king in discipline, but by yourself, Keshi and his crew must show everybody that they have discipline. So I want to help him to create a Nigerian team grow during the World Cup. I congratulate him and told him, my man, you are on the same level as Oyibo. But now, go to the next round, and then go to the next round. And then you can say, I'm better as Westerhoff.
Our former Golden Eaglet strikers Kelechi Iheanacho and Taiwo Awoniyi will lead a 20-man Flying Eagle squad for Sunday's warm-up game against Benin Republic in Porto Novo. The duo was listed along with 5 other heroes from last year's FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Well, the match will be played at the Charles de Gaulle Stadium in Porto Novo at 4 p.m. Nigerian time. The 2 players will then be dropped from the squad for the 2015 African Youth Championship qualifier in Tanzania in the weekend of May the 9th through to the 11th. Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho is at it again, but this time his fiery darts is directed at the midfielder Eden Hazard. Mourinho questioned the Belgium international's commitment during matches, especially Wednesday's UEFA Champions League game against Atletico Madrid, while the Portuguese tactician suggested that Hazard should have tracked Juan Fran in the build-up to Adrien Lopez's equaliser in that 3-1 defeat. But Hazard claimed that the Blues are only set up to counter-attack, but Mourinho criticizes Hazard's sacrifice for the team. That's the sports news. The news at 10 continues.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
Well, on the foreign scene, at least 31 people have died in a fire in an official building following violence in Odessa in southwest Ukraine. The Interior Ministry said the tragic incident was a result of clashes which came between pro-Russian protesters and Ukrainian government supporters in the city. Officials say some people were overwhelmed by smoke and others died after they jumped from the building. Earlier, the interim president of Ukraine, Alexander Turchinov, confirmed that many pro-Russian rebels have been killed, injured and arrested in the Ukrainian government offensive in the eastern city of Slovyansk. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Well, that was certainly the case, and in his statements, the acting president said that operations were not going as quickly as he had anticipated. Earlier on, rebels shot down 2 Ukrainian army helicopters, killing the pilot and the serviceman, and Russia has called for an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council. Then, opposition fighters are to be allowed to withdraw from besieged parts of the Syrian city of Homs under a deal with the government. Rebels will be allowed to pull back to opposition-held areas north of Homs, but fighters have held areas around the old city despite a 2-year siege. Earlier this year, civilians were let out. And dozens of people have been injured after 2 subway cars collided in the South Korean capital, Seoul. As many as 170 people were hurt, a number were taken to hospital for treatment, but no one suffered any serious injuries. The accident happened after one train ran into the back of another that had stopped at a station east of Seoul. Finally, police are seeking more time to quiz Sinn Féin's president, Gary Adams. The 65-year-old denies allegations that he was involved in the abduction and murder of Jean McConville back in 1972. And those are the top stories on the foreign.
Well, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the organizers of the prestigious Oscar Awards, has approved a 12-member Nigerian Oscars selection committee to screen Nollywood movies ahead of the 2015 Oscar season. John Mayowa Ogundele now for details of entertainment news.
On entertainment news tonight, tributes continue to pour for the late acclaimed and accomplished writer, producer, director, entrepreneur and teacher Amaka Igwe, who passed on the night of Monday, April 28th while on set of a new production. Her friends, associates, colleagues and protege have taken to various media to express their feelings for the woman who revolutionized the Nigerian motion picture industry.
She was a colossus. One of those people that inspired a new generation of producers with a robust, idea of how to be a professional. That's what she represents.
Maka is one woman that had so many things on her table, and she's one who so many of us in the Nollywood business today, so many of us must have passed through Amaka Igwe's school.
Well, young Sonora singer Lekon Oyekome has been announced as the 2014 ambassador of the Lagos Shift Talent Hunt Initiative. After winning the singing category, Lekon went ahead to beat other category winners, including Baba K from the comedy category and the Legion winners from the dance category, to claim the coveted Shift ambassador status.
The newest ambassador in the world.
The event, which witnessed rounds of talent exhibition, was headlined by the Grammy Awards nominated Juju music maestro King Sunny Ade. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, organizers of the Oscar Awards, have approved a 12-man committee of Nollywood stakeholders to act as a Nigerian Oscar selection committee. This committee will screen in Nigerian films and may recommend any for consideration in the foreign language film award categories at the Oscars. Members of the committee include actor Ramsey Noah, producer Charles Novia, film critics and journalist Shoaib Hussain, amongst others. The first single from late singer Michael Jackson's posthumous album will premiere at the High Art Radio Awards ahead of the record release later this month. The track, titled Love Never Felt So Good, was originally written and recorded by Jackson in 1983. It will be the debut single for the album Escape, scheduled for release on May 13th by Epic Records in partnership with Jackson's estate. Well, that sums it up on entertainment. The main news will be back shortly.
Well, on the main news again, the president has ordered security chiefs to track down masterminds and perpetrators of Nyanya bombings in the federal capital. At a special security meeting with defense chiefs, President Goodluck Jonathan also set up a special advisory committee to ascertain the whereabouts of the schoolgirls abducted from Chibok in Borno State. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching.